Files. Files. This. Files. Files. What? Files. Files.
Well, hello, patriots, rebels, and people who accidentally clicked this video thinking it was a cat compilation. Welcome to Politically Animated, the show where we break down politics with more spice than a truck stop taco. Today, we're diving into the congressional cage match of the century. Can Jasmine, our plucky TikTok dancing Democrat, keep her seat against Republican Sheldon Daniels in a district that's more conservative than a grandma's church potluck? Spoiler alert, the locals are giving off major Tiffany Henyard vibes, and they want her out. Let's get into it. All right, let's set the scene. Jasmine's district, let's call it Freedomville, because I'm not a map gal, is redder than a sunburned lobster. These folks love their guns, their flags, and their "Don't Tread on Me" bumper stickers. But somehow, Jasmine's been holding down the congressional fort, probably with a mix of charisma, coffee, and those viral dance moves she's been posting. You know, the ones where she's punching the air like she's in a 90s arcade game? Choose your fighter. Meanwhile, Sheldon Daniels. Picture a guy who owns 6 flannel shirts and a pet eagle named Liberty is storming in like a one-man MAGA parade. The man's got a handshake that could crush a beer can and a platform that's basically more barbecue, less taxes. Who's not voting for that?
I am a candidate for TX30's congressional district. I'm challenging Jasmine Crockett in the 2026 midterm. And, you know, I'm an attorney. I own a business. Obviously, I own my own law firm. I'm a dad and I'm a husband. I'm a veteran. And I'm just somebody that cares about the community. And I just can't sit around while people are trying to tear our country down. Becoming a dad and just concerned for my daughter, and when the issue surrounding biological males being allowed in restrooms and locker rooms and in girls' private spaces, and then biological males competing against girls in sports, that's when it hit home for me. I have a 5-year-old daughter who loves to play sports. I fully anticipate she's going to be an athlete, and I just want to pave a way for her to make sure that she's safe, and that covers all other little girls in America. Jasmine Crockett is more of a performer or an influencer. She's wholly ineffective as a legislator. She wasn't able to pass any laws when she was in the Texas State House, and we don't anticipate that she'll be able to have any effect while she's on Capitol Hill. You know, to be a member of the U.S. House of Representatives is one of the most prestigious honors and privileges that could be bestowed on any of us. And she treats it like it is a given. She takes it for granted. And every opportunity she takes, she just denigrates our country and our president. And as a veteran and as somebody who actually loves America, I can't sit around and do nothing. So I'm going to fight back. We're fighting back, and we're going to win. She has her sycophants for sure, but she grows more and more unpopular in our district every single day. You know, the thing about TX30 is it's way more diverse and way more conservative than everyone thinks. And people are chomping at the bit to have an election because they cannot wait to see this girl replaced by Sheldon Daniels. On day one, I'm going to bring professionalism and decorum back to the office and respect for the office. And I'm going to focus on lowering taxes so that we can bring down the cost of living for Americans. We're going to focus on securing the border and supporting our president and his policy of keeping the border secure so that we can ensure safer communities here in TX30. We are also going to focus on providing some support for small businesses and make sure that they get to keep more of the money that they earn in their pockets so that they can invest and hire more people. And then we're obviously going to focus on all the new revelations that are coming out with the DOJ effort to uncover the government waste, fraud, and abuse. And we're going to try to hold whoever is responsible for that accountable. There was a study that came out from the Congressional Management Foundation that found that 90% of voters want their representatives to be focused on policy and not social media. essentially on doing the job and not grandstanding for the cameras. And that translates over into TX30. People want a representative in 2025 that's going to provide tangible and effective change that they can see in their community. Gone are the days where we just elect someone out of TX30 and set it and forget it, and we don't hear about them again until they're getting ready to retire.
But here's the twist, folks. Jasmine's district is starting to feel the Tiffany Henyard effect. For those who don't know, Tiffany Henyard's the Illinois mayor who turned her town into a reality TV dumpster fire. Think lavish spending, FBI probes, and a vibe that screams, "I'm the boss, deal with it." Sound familiar? The Freedomville folks are whispering, Jasmine's got that same energy. They're tired of her strutting around like she's the super mayor of Congress, while they're just trying to afford gas and ammo. One voter told me, and I quote, "She's out here acting like she's Beyonce, but we're stuck with a $3.6 million deficit in our vibes." Ouch. Now, Sheldon Daniels isn't exactly a comedy legend himself. His campaign ads are like if a tractor commercial and a Bible verse had a baby. "Hi, I'm Sheldon Daniels. Vote for me, because I'll fix the roads and fight the libs." But here's the kicker. He's promising to clean house. Get it? And the district's eating it up like it's free brisket day. Meanwhile, Jasmine's out here lip-syncing Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us on TikTok. Like that's gonna win over the guy who's got a deer stand in his backyard. Honey, this ain't Coachella, it's Congress.
This guy has. He begins by recognizing what a privilege it is to serve in Congress. And he's right, it is a privilege and an immense responsibility as well. And that's why they call Congress members public servants, because you have a duty and a responsibility to serve your constituents. Also, he recognizes how entitled and disrespectful Jasmine has been to the integrity of her office, which is essentially a disrespect to the people of the district that she represents. Every minute she's not focused on serving and uplifting the 30th Congressional District of Texas is a lost opportunity for the people in that locale. Secondly, if you go back to what he says about the demographic of his district, he states that TX30 is way more diverse and far more conservative than people think. And he's right. TX30, which covers the southern part of Dallas, is home to almost 800,000 people, the majority of whom are between the ages of 25 and 54. And Tarrant County, which is located in that district, is one of Texas's fastest changing counties, pushing more red in this last election. So note, he actually has both self-awareness and awareness in his community, a good combination to have when you're representing nearly 1 million people and their needs. And lastly, running as a Republican, it seems that Sheldon is aligned to the same type of common sense principles that won Trump this election in this past November. The fact that he doesn't mince words about keeping men out of women's sports, and about lowering taxes and securing the border, and advocating for small businesses, and having a focus on DOGE and holding the Texas government accountable as well, is a refreshing change from the nonsensical, hyperbolic rhetoric that comes from Jasmine Crockett. I also really like the fact that Sheldon corresponds to the America First narrative that we've all been supporting in President Trump. Here's Sheldon's take on the Zelensky meeting at the White House that happened just about a week ago, and his response to Jasmine's words that Trump is America's enemy.
It's called the President of the United States an enemy to this country. Why? Because he did what any strong leader would do. He demanded respect for the office and for the American people. So let's get one thing straight. President Trump didn't kick out Zelensky just to make a scene. He set a precedent. If you come to our house, our White House, you don't show up with demands. You show up with diplomacy. No more blank checks. No more begging. No more business as usual where American taxpayers foot the bill while foreign leaders call all the shots. The fact that Jasmine Crash Out Crockett is more offended by this than she is by billions of our tax dollars disappearing overseas tells you everything that you need to know about her priorities. She's not standing up for TX30. She's standing up for that same corrupt, globalist agenda that's been draining this country and these people dry. If I were in Congress today, here's what I'd be focused on. Getting answers on where our money is going. Demanding accountability. and making sure that American interests come first every single time. This is the time for nationalism. Jasmine would rather virtue signal on Twitter than actually do her job. She'd rather go on TV and talk than do her job. So no, our president is not an enemy to the country. The real threat is weak leadership, reckless spending, politicians that put foreign governments like Mexico, Canada, Ukraine ahead of the interest of the American people. TX30 deserves better. America deserves better. Let's bring some common sense to Washington in 2026. I'm Sheldon Daniels. I'm the candidate who's going to take Jasmine Crockett out of Congress and send her back to the beauty salon where she belongs. Jasmine Crockett is for they, them. Sheldon Daniels is for you.
Can Jasmine pull it off? Maybe if she trades the dance moves for a deer rifle and starts talking about tax cuts, she's got a shot. But with the Tiffany Henyard stink wafting through Freedomville, the odds are stacked against her like a Jenga tower at a frat party. My prediction? Sheldon's got this in the bag, unless Jasmine pulls a last-minute stunt, like promising free trucks for everyone. Hey, it worked in my dreams. What do you think, Freedomville? Is Jasmine toast, or can she dance her way back into your hearts? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all, even the mean ones. Smash that like button if you're Team Sheldon. Subscribe even if you're not with Team Jasmine. And hit the bell so you don't miss next week's chaos. Until then, keep it real, keep it rowdy, and keep it ridiculous. Peace out.